I ain't no Josie Scott. I walked a mile inside that pit of danger. Happy Monday, everybody.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. Once I think, remember too, whenever we found the German Scheiser corn. Let's not lie to each other. You're in twerk classes over there. That's what
Yeah. That's all it is.
The fitness class.
Working on them TikTok videos you like so much.
Dead face.
Got right in front of you.
Welcome back to Jojitorium. You know who it is. It's Adam. It's Matt. We're decaying with the boys, and we hope you made it out of your candy comas.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
Do you have a business that needs direction? How about a crisp new media packet? Well, how about assistance in developing a new business plan? Well, First Sip Studios has you covered. Headed up by Dennis and Samantha Guy, First Sip Studios brings your ideas to life. From the first major project in She Knows Beer to their current expansion to Columbus, Ohio, First Sip Studios has the business acumen to bring your vision to the next level. Just head over to firstsipstudios.com, but always make sure you tell them that the boys sent you. Welcome back. We are in the saddle again, and the weather's getting colder. My heart is getting a little older because Halloween is over.
So sad.
Yeah.
I think I celebrated Halloween for 6 days.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it was like an ongoing thing. And cool enough, dude, you dressed like Art the Clown, and then your wife dressed like the
little girl,
demon.
the pale girl, or whatever they're calling her.
So,
it was cool.
Such a cool costume.
Yeah. I looked more like Fart the Clown than Art the Clown, but she did a great job on the costume. That's just a comment on my appearance.
Can we put a picture of you right here?
Sure.
Can we, right
put
there.
Both of us right there.
Right there. So, Adam, we are heading into the dread times of Christmas. I know.
There were Starbucks coffee cups today already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Probably yesterday. I just didn't get to a Starbucks yesterday.
The only thing that's going to save me right now is there is a Thanksgiving movie. It's coming out. It's a horror movie, and it's got a hard R rating.
The new Eli Roth.
Yeah,
pick,
so
right?
that might save us.
As long as it's better than Green Inferno.
Oh, dude, Green Inferno was so terrible. I like gore, but gore for the sake of gore, I don't know. It's like I need something.
I like gore and I like horror, but pooping in the corner of a cage is kind of weird.
Not my thing.
It's kind of like a Jackass stunt in the middle of your horror movie.
Yeah, that's how Bam Margera comes back for the next one. But even though the dregs of Christmas are upon you, you still have us.
Yep.
We're here with you. We're here to celebrate with you or cry with you, wherever the hell it might be. But just because we're here to vaguely talk about Christmas for 1 second, we are in round one, and Adam continues to procure some of the best beers of the Berg. Put that all together, what do we call it? Round one beers, and what are we drinking?
I didn't bring nothing Christmas related yet. We're still sticking around into the spooky ooky season a little bit. Because we have a collab between Yellowbridge and Marino's American Eatery out in Greensburg, and it is called Room for Dessert. It is their pumpkin cheesecake sour, coming in at 6.2%.
That Room for Dessert, man. Didn't they also have another one, too?
They have quite a few of them now.
Yeah.
And they all involve cheesecake and a sour.
Which is incredible.
I haven't had all of them, but I've had a lot of them, and they've all been good. Never had the pumpkin one, though. So
yeah, so this will be a new one for us. So if you want to know what's going on with Yellowbridge and also Marinos, you just search them out on all social media by searching out their names, Yellowbridge and Marinos. They are constantly pumping out some of the best beers over at Yellowbridge with Justin Longfellow, just doing a great job over there. A friend of the podcast, too, by the way. And then Marina's, of course, that American eatery that continues to pump out some of the best food in the area. And they always have like taproom takeovers and everything like that. So
Mark Madden's out there sometimes for Steeler
he does,
games and Penguins.
Does watch games. Yeah, he does watch along.
He does some watch parties there. But yeah, hit both of them up 2 weeks ago at the Homebrew and Chill event. Justin Goodfellow was out, actually judged our cream ale that won. And then we went to Marina's afterwards to eat, and I got some great friggin' wings and some more beer that I probably didn't need. But I was celebrating at that point. So
yeah, well, and you were, because you took home another championship, which was a good one for you. So, Adam, take that first sip of that beer, and we got to let people know what it's all about, because this beer sounds like it's a lot. It's got a lot going on.
It's got a lot.
What's it got?
So sour right up front. Good, nice balanced sour, kind of tart. The tart level, I like it. Then the whole middle is cream cheese, and then it finishes pumpkin with the cream cheese at the end. Not overly spicy on the pumpkin, but it's like pumpkin flavor and a little bit of spice, like you would get in a pumpkin cheesecake. I think they nailed it.
So, I'm telling you right now, I'm actually getting more of like a graham cracker.
I get that too.
Like I have that throughout the whole sip, and but the spice is right in the middle. You actually get like the taste of your mom's pumpkin pie right in the middle of that thing. Some clove in there. You get in the clove a little bit, the allspice with the clove heavy.
But it's all nice and subtle.
So nice.
The sour seems like a weird base to do that in, but like it works perfectly with the cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If we weren't playing off of cream cheese, I don't think it would work.
I didn't want to spill this everywhere.
But
So I'm gonna
hey, man.
top it off.
Dude, that's Justin Longfellow. Cheers to you, sir.
Good job, buddy.
It's a fantastic beer.
Very nice.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to stop out and get a 4-pack of that, man.
Oh yeah.
I
And stay
appreciate
tuned. We got another Yellowbridge in round 2, maybe.
A little more from you, Justin. Okay. So, Adam, last week was episode 100, and we're awesome, and it went really well for us. And like, you know, like we're so fucking cool. Like,
Matt is an expert at editing.
thank you. Thank you for giving my flowers. I appreciate that.
I will say round 1 went real smooth, but between round 1 and round 2, we had a lot of beers.
Shit happened.
Yeah.
So guests of our show know that when we do this, we do round 1 and round 2 predominantly. Then we've had like round 3, round 4, whatever. And with Nacho, we had round 8.
8, yeah.
But between round 1 and round 2, we take a break, which is usually between 10 to 30 minutes. So everyone can kind of reset.
Like piss, get the next beers out.
Get yourself together.
Talk about what we're going to talk about and go.
The middle of that was an hour and a half. And Adam's like, try this, try that. And then our guest showed up and it was like, try this, try that. And then we got on for the second half.
And then we got kicked the second half off immediately with champagne.
Yeah. Barafute, who reached out to us and said we were pronouncing their name wrong, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they said that you don't pronounce the first thing at all. It's just fute.
Oh, fute.
Yeah, the barre is silent. They say it's French. It's silent. It's just fute.
But it was Italian.
Well, they're saying it's French.
Oh, well. Okay.
Fragile.
Because it was Prosecco instead of champagne. So it was...
Yeah, they said you said that wrong, too. They said it was Prosecco.
Yeah, okay. I think they might be... You know what? I'll listen to fute.
Yeah, I won't.
Who's to argue with a fute?
Yeah. But we had a lot of fun there, but we actually got to go to something really cool afterwards. So
Yeah, because we were in great shape to do that.
We certainly were. So we were safe, relax. We went over to Penn Brewery.
We Ubered.
We went over to Penn Brewery, and it was Adam's can release for South of Heaven,
yeah.
and then the T-shirt releases there. And then we got to see Pit Terra.
Formerly Pot Terra.
It was, yeah, you could tell.
Now Pit Terra.Maybe going back to Pot Terra.
Yeah, they said.
But they sounded great.
I liked them a lot.
Super loud.
Yeah. Oh,
Woo.
yeah.
Like it should be. But yeah, it was a wonderful night.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, man.
And they released a nice T-shirt for us. Lori's label design, and they just added the Penn Brewing in like the same yellow, and it looks great.
Yeah.
And I had a couple beers there, including the South of Heaven. So
yeah,
thanks for everybody that came out that night and the whole weekend they had there of Halloween festivities. It was a lot of fun.
And right now too, I think they're gearing up for a big announcement. I don't want to say what it is, but they got lots of pictures of Krampus up
I
on
was gonna
there.
say, it's probably going to be a big Christmas
It's
fest.
going to be a Krampus
because
thing.
their Saint Nick is always a big release party.
Yeah. So I want to say, because the owner is Stefan. I'm sorry, Stefan. He's a big metal dude, super into horror movies and stuff like that too. So I wouldn't be surprised if Krampus made his way over to the Penn Brewery.
I bet he might.
Yeah. The other thing I want to talk to you about, Adam, is Brewing for a Cause.
Yeah.
How'd it go, man? You were over there. You took 2 banger beers.
It was good. We got a lot of great feedback. A couple people on Instagram said we were among their favorites, along with Fifth Season. Fifth Season got a lot of good feedback on their cranberry, I think.
Yeah.
They had a cranberry and they had a pumpkin, I believe.
Oh, that's good.
Sorry if I got that wrong. But I know they had the cranberry because I was drinking that up. But yeah, it was great. I had a lot of good beers. Met some new people.
Okay.
There were some new brewers. Yuzen Brews was out there. She brought a chai beer that was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. Sounds amazing.
And yeah, she just started kegging, so this was like her first event with a keg, and that was good.
That's cool, man.
We poured next to friends of the podcast, AJ Ackerman from Bad Chicken.
Oh,
Ben
wonderful.
Steffen from Arboretum. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
It was very
nice.
met some other homebrewers that we're gonna have to have on at some point.
You hung out with my former boss. That was
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
And he stole Jason.
He stole my Jason off my
Yeah.
jockey box.
Which we want it back.
Now we're going to get it.
We're going to go get a
I'm going to go dress like Art the Clown and scare him.
hacksaw. Scissor me, beer daddy. So,
I think that's he just wants to get on the podcast real bad.
which is fine.
So he's holding Jason hostage.
You can come on. You can come on and hang out
We
with
got
us.
blast to everybody out there. Saturday it was a good time, and thanks for everybody that attended, donated to the raffles and the 50-50 and everything to support Paws across Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Didn't have a final total on what we raised, but we definitely raised something, so
Good.
That's better than nothing.
Awesome.
right?
Yeah. Support puppers, support kitties.
Yeah.
Do all the fun stuff. And that's the cool thing too. You get to drink beer and you get to help animals. So
Yeah, great, and thanks for everybody that volunteered and just was there to like grab ice for us, and
incredible.
the Paws across Pittsburgh folks were out there volunteering, tearing tickets and handing out the glassware and stuff. So yeah, thanks to everybody.
So if you're around Pittsburgh, you're around the Pennsylvania area, if you search out it's
Paws across Pittsburgh.
Paws Across Pittsburgh. So
Yeah.
Paws Across Pittsburgh, if you search them out, I do remember them putting up pictures of adoption
Yeah.
opportunities and whatnot.
And just check out their Facebook page is very well followed, and they do many events around Pittsburgh. So yeah, look for them at future things. They do a lot of stuff at breweries,
Oh, cool.
local breweries and stuff. So yeah, check them
Nice.
out.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to see that there's opportunities for stuff like that, because it is it's a time of year, man, where animals left out in the cold. Their owners just kind of forget about them. So this is a good opportunity if you really love animals and you want to support them. This is a good time to go do it. So Adam, we talked earlier about having episode 100, and we like, I don't know, man. I feel like we're pretty good with deadlines. We put things out there, and we're not pushy. We're just like, hey, we're doing this thing. Give us a question. Give us something. Like, if you want that, you want a shout out, whatever. Some people just don't understand deadlines at all. None. So, hey, Zach Mesher, you fucking forgot what deadlines are. But don't worry. A loose end. He sent us a this or that.
I don't know if he listens even. I know his brother does.
Jason, go tell him. So, would you rather go to a New Kids on the Block concert or a Creed reunion show, Adam?
The Creed reunion show for sure, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a New Kids. I mean, there's a huge difference in years. There's almost like a half a decade there.
Yeah.
I was 5 when New Kids on the. I was 5 and a male, so I wasn't really into New Kids on the Block.
Right, especially back then, because that was
But
like
I was a young,
one of the first
impressionable
boy bands.
I was a young impressionable teen when
Yes.
Creed started rocking the shit out.
I started wearing wife beaters.
Yeah.
Like what they called them back then, which is a terrible name for a fucking what do they call it? A tank top or whatever. He started throwing the coats of his shirt back. And, can you take me? It's always Creed. Why wouldn't it be Creed every time? New Kids on the Block. What kind of question is that? But let me just tell you something. Secondly, off of what you have done, I want to say that you two, Zach and Jason, you're dancing with the devil. And as my partner likes to say here, you aren't on the level of the devil. That's right, Mesh Mash Brewing. The Bang Bang Beer Gang, we're challenging you. You talk a lot of shit out there, but we want you to come on this podcast with us, and we're going to do a tag team trivia throwdown. We want you to come here and say the things that you want to say to your faces. And then we're going to show you that we are dem dudes. We are dem boys. So if you want to come on, you name a time, the place.
Yeah, Daddy.
You come to the Jojitorium. I dare you to come to the Jojitorium.
Baklava.
And you come down here and you dance in the flames with the devil.
You're gonna get burnt.
Bang Bang Beer Gang. Can't hang.
Are you my Paul Heyman?
My name is Matt Anderson.
I heard they also didn't like our shat faced.
They didn't like Shotface, which
Yeah,
is also
so they
a thing I
talked shit
didn't
on
really,
that.
I didn't really
Yeah.
appreciate that either.
Man, bummer.
So you guys can come in through here,
Super bummed.
and we are going to go ahead and we are going to thrash you, and that's fine. It's fine.
Didn't even try our cream ale.
It's fine.
Hated
man.
shat face.
Hate Shotface. And it's just I don't.
They probably don't even have an opinion on the marshmallow.
It's a shame. It's a shame. So, Adam,
It hurts, but we're going to get even.
We're going to go to combat sports news.
All right.
So, from Buckle to Bella, Bellator, and Bat the Boys bring the best combat sports news in the biz. If you've been living under a rock, you totally missed out on Francis Ngannou rocking Tyson Fury's bell.
Knocked him down.
On October 28th, we got to see Francis Ngannou take on Tyson Fury on what many consider to be a dream fight. However, the stakes were raised when Fury did announce a heavyweight championship unification match against Alexander Usyk in December. Well, the problem with that is that Francis decided to bring his A game to the fight, and he took Tyson to task, knocked him down, and has swayed public opinion over to Francis actually taking that fight. The scorecards absolutely do not reflect what happened in this fight. So we see 95-94 going to Ngannou, but the other two cards here, 96-93, 95-94 going to Fury, giving the Gypsy King the win. Fury went on to say, he gave me a better fight than all the boxers did in the last years. That's because he's a better boxer than you.
That's because he beat you.
He beat you. He beat you.
He should have beat you. The 96-93 is
makes no sense.
Unbelievable.
Makes no sense.
If he could have maybe won a split 95-94 on both of those cards. But I don't even that's kind of iffy.
It's a stretch.
It could have been a draw,
easily.
It could have been anything. But I mean, I think the 95-94 in Ngannou's the best score. I think I might have even had it 96-93 in Ngannou on my card.
I'm just saying.
I'm better at judging MMA, but
I'm just saying.
I mean, the damage he did, the pressure he was putting on seemed better.
Here's the difference: the pressure was on, the power was on. But the defense was on Tyson's side. Even though he was eating a lot of shots, he had more of like, I don't want to say the sweet science of it, but he had more of like the body flow to try to get out of trouble. But Ngannou had a huge gas tank and a lot of power, so you weren't getting away from this. And he brought the fight right to Tyson's kitchen and knocked him on his wallet.
So what I saw was like skill level was higher on Fury's side. But athletic skill, athletic level was way higher on Ngannou, and he just pressured him.
Absolutely, the pressure was on the entire time.
When he slipped up, he got caught, and that's what happened.
And that's what we said before too. Before the fight came on, it's like if you let Ngannou catch you, you're gonna pay a heavy price.
Fury's gonna have to lose a little bit of that tank, I think, for the rematch.
I think so too, man. Yeah. He's gonna have to
gain a little bit of power.
So because
that or put on a ton of weight and come in there like giant butterbean.
I
would like it either way. Actually,
what's funny is I just watched the one and only Butterbean highlight when he was in MMA, and he took that he took one random dude in Bellator to task or Pride. He was in Pride, and he took that dude in 35 seconds or something. So just do that, Tyson. Yeah, just go Homer Simpson and get the body developed where you can take all the shots. That's probably how you can win this one. So. What's really cool, though, is that Francis Ngannou was able to do a lot of things with this fight. Not only does he win what people are calling the People's Championship, but he also impressed someone very important here. The WBC president, Mauricio Solomon, he thought very highly of Ngannou, and he is set to provide a heavy push and promotion to the WBC ranking committee to put Ngannou up in ranking. Yeah. And actually, the rumor is he could go top 10.
I mean, it's not out of the realm for sure. I mean, he put on a great performance.
Really did.
Went the distance.
Yeah.
Almost beat him. It's split decision against your heavyweight champ. Yeah, he should.
Heavyweight champ. Who's
at
set
least be 10.
Who's also set to fight another formidable opponent.
Right. That's not looking good.
Yeah. So what we're looking at here, too, is that some fighters are kind of weirded out that Ngannou could skyrocket into the top 10. However, the heavyweight championship, top 10.
I mean, what's the heavyweight picture even look like? A lot of those guys are older.
They're older.
And retiring.
They're getting up there. But also, too, this does inject a lot of youth into the fight scene, and it brings a lot of hype in, too. Because Francis Ngannou had a very highly publicized exit from the UFC, had a highly publicized fallout with Dana White, and had a highly publicized, I'm going to go fuck this up campaign, which he delivered on.
Right.
He talked the stuff, and then he delivered on what he said he was going to deliver on. So much so that he fucked Fury up to the point where now the Fury and Usyk fight got moved from December to February. So the fight that many boxing fans are looking forward to past the Ngannou fight isn't in jeopardy. It's going to happen. However,
It's still on the books.
It's on the books.
We'll see what happens. I think it's in doubt now.
It could be because Fury's
got something to worry about.
He failed to slam the door on Francis Ngannou. Someone he should have outclassed, but he didn't. And then he sustained some damage that needs to heal. So he had what was called 2 cuts. This is coming from Paul Casbian, and he reported that Fury has 2 cuts. While it's unclear how extensive those fights are, USA Today posted a couple photos of Fury during an interview.
He looked like he was in a car accident.
He looked
he looked battered.
He got baseball batted.
Yeah,
man.
he had black eyes. He was pretty beat.
He looks absolutely terrible.
I mean, the one eye that he got hit for that knockdown, that was swollen up by the decision. Like by the next round, it started swelling. It's
quite a victorious day for Francis Ngannou, and I think it's a big time for boxing. This is kind of, and I hate to make this comparison, but this is what people wanted out of the Paul brothers, like boosting this. Francis Ngannou is a legit fighter, and he proved it here by taking on a legit fighter and taking him to task. So you can't deny this now.
Yeah.
This is it.
Well, and his problem in the UFC was always his defense. Like, his power is unbelievable. I think he's the highest. Like, they had something to read punching power in the UFC.
There's so many square pounds.
Right. Yeah. And they rated him as being hit by a Volkswagen car at like 40 miles an hour or something. Like, it's unbelievable.
Like hit by a fucking car.
I mean, and what he did to Stipe Miocic when he beat him, like, was unreal. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I think he was also the guy that like knocked over him off his feet with an uppercut.
He knocked over him off his feet and split his lip.
Yeah.
He like cut his lip up through. It was
so
insane.
I mean, dude, yeah. As long as he's got that boxing defense on point, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, even without it, he could still have early knockout power.
But what's scary though too is that all he has to do is get the defense in.
Right.
If he learns defense, I don't know who's going to be able to match up with him.
And he's still pretty young.
People are pitching Deontay Wilder to him, and I'm like, why?
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that.
You want to see that one?
Let's do it. Put that as his first one in the WBF. Let's do it.
I would, yeah. You know what? Because Wilder would get ready for it. Because I think because a lot of people
WBC, sorry.
A lot of people looked at that fight though too and watched Fury get knocked on his wallet. So, I mean, people are going to get ready for Francis now. He's not going to be a mystery anymore. The tape's going to go out on him. So there's going to be some real fighters stepping up.
Yeah, that's true too. See what happens now that there's boxing tape on him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know what was really cool though, dude? In the midst of all of this Francis Ngannou stuff, there was another amazing thing that happened here.
I was reading this article, didn't hear anything about it, so you got to explain this to me.
So, in the middle of an IFL TV heavyweight boxing match, a boxer by the name of Martin Bacole swallowed a wasp midway during his 4th round effort TKO against a gentleman by the name of Carlos Takam. So, during the fight, Kale made reference towards his ear and his neck before the wasp then made its way inside to his mouth, and where it proceeded to sting him repeatedly in the mouth, in his throat, and during post-fight, he's saying, "It's in my stomach. It's stinging me right now. I can feel it." I've eaten spicy wings before, but that kind of poop.
I've never eaten a wasp. Where were they fighting at? They were fighting outdoors?
No, they were fighting
indoor,
inside. Like one random wasp was like, "Today's my day, bro. I want to be on TV."
Weird.
So, and he made his debut. He can't. It's Sting.
Good job.
Thank you. I've been waiting so long to make that joke.
It's jumping Jim Brunzell of the Killer Bees. I forget the other guy's name.
Wu-Tang forever, motherfucker.
Man. Is it Jeff Farmer and Jumping Jim Brunzell? I think
Yeah.
The Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees, son.
Sting, you can't beat Sting though. That was good.
Thanks, man. Thank you. So this Congolese
popping me on the podcast.
That's what I'm doing, baby. Episode 101. I'm flipping the script. So the Congolese fighter is now on a 9-fight win streak and is on a 21-1 lifetime record with 15 KOs. He is now ranked the 12th heavyweight boxer in the world. And I think he gets extra points here from the Jojitorium because he survived that fight while getting stung by a wasp.
In the throat. On the inside of his throat, yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Man, I can only imagine. Although that would probably piss you off.
Yeah,
I got to end this now.
I don't know how this is going to go.
A little motivation.
Adam, we're going into your favorite segment.
Good thing he wasn't allergic.
Ooh.
Right? That could have been dangerous.
Well, I guess how you find out exposure, right?
Well, yeah, especially because like when you get stung, your throat swells up. So it stinging you directly in the throat would definitely be a problem.
That's where the poison goes.
But yeah, man, congratulations. So my favorite segment, you say?
Going over jobbing.
That's my favorite.
It is your favorite. So Adam,
Let's see what's jobbing this week.
we have.
I like when stuff's jobbing.
I do too. I love talking shit on it.
Dirt sheets.
So, Adam, one of the hottest free agents in professional wrestling now is Will Ospreay.
Sure is.
And there is this rumor out there that he's kind of doing this thing right now, but he's going to sign with WWE. Do you think he's going to sign with WWE? But just before you answer that, remember, he was featured on AEW and Impact and the Indies during his first few months post New Japan Wrestling contract. He stayed real busy. You think he's going to the Big E?
I mean, I think he's been in the Indies for a long time and been like one of the top names on the Indies. I think where he has something left to prove is the E. So I think this is going over. I don't even think there's anybody I want to see him fight in AEW that he's fought already. Daniel Bryan was the last one.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like I don't want to see him and Moxley. Like pound sand. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But there's some technical guys in the E that I totally want to see him go against.
Who would you pitch him against now?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Would you put him right into a work with him, a program with him?
Yeah. Or first Chad Gable.
Ooh, that'd be really
would
good.
Be fucking sick.
Shoot.
Yeah. It would be a shoot.
It would be. Yeah, because I mean, we've seen Gable on multiple occasions. He's super strong.
He's an incredible wrestler.
Could you imagine like Will Ospreay comes out, he demolishes Otis, and then calls out Gable to get a nice warm up to the crowd, and then him and Gable.
But him and Rollins would be sick. Him and Cody would be interesting. Sami Zayn would be really cool. Like there's a bunch of good ones.
I think too, like if you're continuing to go on with shoot too, you have that Gable Stevenson or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He needs a re-injection into the. So you could put.
He needs something.
So that'd be good. Will Ospreay could elevate him off the rip.
There was somebody I just had. Oh, Walter. I think they might have fought on the Indies at one point. But
I'm sure. Yeah.
But that would be cool.
Walter was
to
huge
see on a big stage. That would be cool.
That'd be really cool.
So yeah, there's a bunch they could do.
I agree with you. I think it's going to go over. I think
if he was going to sign with AEW, he would have done it already. He's been out of that New Japan contract for a while, months, right?
Yeah. So. But that's the thing, though, too. I think this is a great time for wrestling, and a lot of young stars are pitching themselves. So
there's a lot to be said for the money. So
yep.
he's not the youngest wrestler anymore. Nope. He's not old by any means, but
in terms of wrestling,
he might as well get his money years in.
Absolutely,
he earned it. So.
Yeah. So, Adam, moving on to one of the factions that you and I absolutely love, House of Black is being featured as the strongest heel group in AEW, especially on Collision. Do you think they're going to continue to benefit from being booked as the strongest heel group on AEW Collision, or do you think they're being wasted?
This is tough. It's going over with the stipulation that Collision's ratings get better.
That's true, yeah.
They definitely should be the strongest heel group on a program, but it should be the top-rated program.
Yeah.
But it's better than them not being on TV at all. So
yeah,
let's keep it up. He just kicked. Well, it was Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen now because he broke his orbital bone. Yeah,
which I thought was a work, but then I saw photos. It looks like a shoot.
That shit's for real.
So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Broke it in a throwaway match against Orange Cassidy and Okada. So
I think it'd be a good idea. Because I think you're starting to see it a little more now that Collision's starting to make the separation from Dynamite.
Yeah, it's a little less goofy.
Yeah, I would say it's very straightforward. The vignettes are
more about the
front-loaded, and the matches are all the way through. So, yeah, and that's what I think House of Black is.
I mean, that's where you got that MJF and Mega match, which
amazing.
Probably the best match that was ever on Collision. Oh, aside from that sick tag match was on there between the Golden Club Gold and FTR.
Oh,
that was
a really good one, yeah.
So it's between those two. But, yeah, I mean, all of the best matches that aren't on pay-per-views this year have been on Collision.
Yeah, that's true. So, Adam, we have Dana White. He's allegedly going to effectively block UFC fighters from engaging in boxing matches. So far, we've seen Sean O'Malley, he wants a boxing match, and Ngannou set a serious tone and payoff for his boxing. And all fighters that took on cash grab fights against like the Paul brothers and some other things, they took home more cash in a single fight than they did in their entire UFC and MMA careers. Do you think that Dana White can effectively block fighters from engaging in boxing?
Yeah, I mean, if they're under contract with the UFC, he can, but that just means they're going to leave the UFC. And Ngannou's the prime example now. And he fucked that up by letting Conor do it. If he didn't want this to happen, he should have never let Conor do it.
Nope.
Because that's what Francis pointed to and was like, okay, then I'm not fighting for you anymore.
Well, you saw how much money Conor made.
Right.
Like, It's a no
Why
brainer.
wouldn't you? If they're getting offered it, and I get it's fucking up your. I mean, I wouldn't let O'Malley do it right now either because he's a title holder. Like if it's a title holder, like you don't want that. You don't want him going over there and getting hurt. I understand that,
Which I think you would too.
To be like just like straight up saying no to stuff. I don't know. There's a lot to be said for co-promotion.
There really
Could
is.
make the UFC money too, but now their endeavor, like it's not even just his decision.
That's true.
I get that he said that and everything, but
Bring
they're
back
also,
Brawl for it all.
Yeah, they're also part of Endeavor, and they're also part of the TKO group or whatever that's publicly traded. So there's all kinds of
Where's Vince Russo when you need him?
shit.
Come in. He writes Brawl for it all. You know, you really get mad at one guy and put him through a ringer.
He starts writing MMA fighters with gimmicks after movies.
Yeah.
Somebody comes in with a chainsaw for an arm.
There you go. And I'll love him. That's my favorite. So, Adam, last one here before we move on to a break real quick. Speaking of cross-promotional opportunities, the PFL and the UFC have had some very minor talks of setting aside their differences to allow a match between Francis Ngannou and John Jones. Do you think at some point here that the PFL and the UFC can shake hands for one super fight card that would include this incredible heavyweight clash?
I think it's most likely jobbing. How many fights has John Jones even had at heavyweight? One,
and when he captured a title.
Yeah, so he's got to have a couple more fights at heavyweight before you want to throw him in there with the monster that's Ngannou.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely money in that. And the PFL is a small fish in the giant pond that's MMA. Like,
It is.
UFC's taking up a lot of that.
Yeah.
So
one and all.
I mean,
yeah.
it definitely benefits the PFL if they can get that done. But, I mean, I also don't know what bridges he burnt by what he did with the UFC.
A lot of them. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's probably jobbing. It probably won't happen. I think even if the sides are for it, Ngannou might not want to do it. Jones might not want to do it. There's just too many factors.
Pieces, yeah.
It would have to be a ton of money.
Yeah. And I agree with that too. I don't think it's going to be able to happen here, especially because with UFC merging with Endeavor and having TKO formed, like you're just not going to, it's too many people. You're seeing a lot of, that's our stock. We don't want our stock to go down. Like
the risk outweighs the benefit.
Because like if you knew, so here I'll say too, like if you knew John Jones was a lockdown, like he's going to dominate this fight, hell yeah, you do that. Like, oh yeah, you come in here thinking you're going to just dominate us and we just bitch slapped you. But I'm telling you, man, like I don't know. Ngannou's so scary right now. Right. Would you really want to go in the cage with him? I mean, I know I don't want to.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know,
I think he might injure me if I shook his hand.
Absolutely. Yeah. But do you know who isn't scared to step into the cage of Francis Ngannou?
Our sponsors, they're very brave.
We don't have any sponsors.
Well, then they're not scared, are they?
But our friends.
Meshmash is not scared.
They are scared.
Give us that date, Meshmash.
Scared of us.
Open invitation. Except for the week of Christmas.
Yeah, we're going to be off on that week. Surprise. But you're going to hear from our friends, and they support us, and when you support our friends, and you support us, and when you support us, we can do some pretty cool stuff, like drinking Yellowbridge beer, talking about Justin Longfellow, talking about Marinos, talking about all this other stuff. So we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, Goodfellow's a beast.
Psst. Hey, you.
Want to get doomed?
I'm Tessa.
And I'm Nicole, and we have a spanking new podcast for your ear holes called Doom Generation.
Listen in as two foul-mouthed biddies have an always casual, often comedic...
What? I think we're funny.
...and sometimes chaotic conversation about the things that doomed us to be who we are today.
Take a trip with us down nostalgia lane, and we'll try not to veer off the road.
Available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Doom Generation Pod, and on Twitter at DoomGen Pod. Later, Doomers!
Welcome back. Hopefully you heard something that you like. Because again, when you support our friends and you support us, and when you support us, we do some pretty cool stuff. We are moving into round 2. And just like we said in the first half, in some second half, we got a little more of that Yellowbridge goodness. So Adam, put it all together. What we call it? Round 2 beers. What are we drinking?
Hell yeah. We got another one that is a fall favorite now out there. I've never had this one before, though. It is called Spooky Dude, but it's out off of their... Dude Wants Juice series, which is their New England's. Yeah. So I imagine it's a New England Blood Red IPA with hibiscus. Yep, looks like I'm right. Looking on ear pour. Awesome freaking color. This is coming in at 6%. So again, thanks to Justin Goodfellow for gave us these beers to feature on the.
Oh, thanks.
I don't even
Justin.
think he didn't even say feature them on the podcast, but of course.
But we will.
But yeah, thanks, man.
So I can tell you right now, it doesn't make sense it doesn't make sense at all, because when I see it coming out, I'm not going to think it's going to smell very danky, and then I put my nose to it, and it's got that dank, baby.
Yeah, I smelled it as soon as I cracked my can.
Yeah. The color is cool, too, so you take a look at that, and that's a pretty cool color right there.
It just says hibiscus. I think just hibiscus
Yeah.
is giving it that color. I mean, so you might get like a little bit of a tea note or a floral note off of that. But
So to take a sip of that, why I tell everybody again, if you want to know what's going on, Yellowbridge is Yellowbridge Brewing on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Go and check them on out, man. Adam, you took your first sip. Tell everybody what it's like.
it's stank, baby. Stank.
Yeah.
Stank. It's hoppy. It's bitter. A little bit juicy. No, I'm not really getting much flavor off the hibiscus, which is fine with me because, like I said, it should be a pretty muted. Oh, there it is, right at the end. At the end, I get a floral taste. But I mean, you get that from hops too, so. But it's probably accentuated a little bit better. And one more thing about Yellowbridge we didn't mention in the first half.
Yeah.
They also have a kitchen at both locations. Freaking awesome pizza.
Yeah. The
you gotta get
pizza's top notch, man.
It's that like Detroit style, grandma style square pizza. It's sick.
It's really good, yeah. They set their game up a lot, because before it was when they first started over there in Delmont, they didn't have a kitchen. They were just doing the beers.
You can give me the history. I don't know. I mean, I was definitely out there. I just don't remember.
Yeah. It was kind of like a happy mistake, but for me moving out there, is I got to be around some cool breweries, and Yellowbridge was one of them. I remember they were just kind of like, we're starting up, we have some beers, and from the rip, their beers were always really good, and they always talked about what's the next thing we got to do, and they started putting food in, and now, like, I love going there for pizza. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I think their beer's gotten better since Goodfellow got there.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was an okay home brewer, like not as good as me, but
yeah, not nearly as good as
very
you.
good as a pro brewer.
Yeah. I mean, he needs the equipment. The equipment makes the brewer, and if he's up there and he has the right equipment, I guess.
In all seriousness, though, Justin, very good beer.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for the beers. They're delicious.
And I'm glad you left homebrew so I can get some awards.
Bringing that fucking tea beer around, man. Knock it off.
Mr. T was the bane of my existence.
Dude, every time I saw Mr. T around, I got nervous for you, but happy for me, because I was like, I can't wait to drink a ton of it.
I wasn't nervous for me. I already knew the result. I was like, well, we're just here for fun now.
So, Adam, while we sip on this delicious beer from Yellowbridge and Justin, we're going to go into a segment that we call the Ground and Pound.
Ooh, new segment, huh?
Well, I go out there and I try to find some stuff for us to go ahead and chop it up on, and I found something really cool. So in the first half, I mentioned that Zach Mesher, terrible question, but awesome answer, that Creed is back. That made me be like, dude, Butt Rock. Butt Rock is back. So I went out there, I was like, I wonder what the top Butt Rock songs are. So
did somebody actually classify butt rock? Because that's a very insider term.
And I'm glad that you asked that, because there are different definitions here. But the one that I found that I really like here is as follows. From 93.3 WMMR, they said that the origins and definition of butt rock are murky at best. One listing on Urban Dictionary defines the subgenre as a style of hard rock and heavy metal music that is watered down both musically and lyrically to garner maximum radio play and mainstream acceptance. Typically, butt rock bands cropped up in the late 90s and through the aughts. However, other Urban Dictionary definitions classify 80s hair metal as butt rock as well.
Yeah, I think so. I have a completely different definition, and it comes from Finn McKenty off of Punk Rock MBA.
Which is, dude, if you don't watch Punk Rock MBA, one of the coolest YouTube channels ever.
He actually did a tier list of butt rock, I think, at one point. And he said it was coined, and actually both of those would fall in line because this has happened for years.
Yeah.
But it's from radio stations like probably 93.3 WMMR and like locally DVE, where their promotions at that time were WDV, nothing but rock.
Oh,
and
shit,
instead of nothing but rock, they just called it
butt rock.
Since they played the same 20 songs every hour all day, it just got coined the phrase butt rock, which I think is very clever.
Yeah.
So that's where I thought the origins were, but I think it could be either.
Welcome to Jojitorium 93.3 FM. Welcome to Nothing But Rock.
It's the 9:30 happy hour where we just play the same 20 songs we played last hour, but there's no commercials.
Ad-free, commercial-free for your listening pleasure. Welcome to Metallica.
Here's 6 things from. I can't even think of it.
How much fucking Seeger can you listen to?
Here's 6 Pearl Jam songs in a row.
Jeremy. So the reason why this is important to us is because you and I are both rock fans and metalheads.
Yeah.
And we used to shit on butt rock a lot.
Still do some of it.
Some of it. But I think we've grown to appreciate some of it.
I don't know if appreciate or feel nostalgic towards. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, if you remember, like in high school, dude, like these bands were dominating. Like they had like there.
So it wowould be your like top 40 pop rock. That like so it's pop music, but they had instruments.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah,
I would say pop rock with instruments.
You'll see as we get in the list. There's a definite trend to their sound.
So 93.3 WMMR came out with their top 11 list of songs that they felt are the quintessential butt rock songs for you to listen to, so you can kind of get yourself into what butt rock really was. So Adam, I'm going to start down at number 11 and work my way up to number 1.
Okay.
So at number 11, we have Chad Kroeger of Nickelback fame with Josie Scott. I believe that's Seether?
No, that is Saliva.
And they're coming in with Hero. They say that a hero can save. I have a butt rock voice.
From the original Spider-Man soundtrack.
Yeah. So that's the first one they came in with. And if two guys couldn't capture
butt rock
any better, it's these two.
Yeah, and you got like an acoustic opening and then an electric chorus. Like it's very dynamic, I guess would be the word.
Dynamic with 3 chords.
Yeah. Dynamic just in tone and sound.
Yeah, only tone.
Not in musicality.
Does it ever blow your mind that Nickelback was signed to Roadrunner Records?
Yeah, all the time. Well, their first album was like
it was hard rock.
Kind of like edgy grunge hard rock.
What was that one? It wasn't Silver Side Up, but what was it called? It was
it was the one before that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's not the one with the eye. No,
that's Silver Side Up. That was Photograph, I believe.
Because I remember the first song had that.
Leader of Men was the big one off their first album, which I kind of liked.
I did like it too.
Yeah.
What was it? They had one track where it had like a vocal that wow, 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 like almost like Bon Jovi style throughout, but that was a good song.
I don't remember that. I faintly remember that, but I don't remember the name.
I remember being able to like ride my bike 100 miles an hour. Bicycle.
So what do you think of this song?
It's shit.
Oh, really? See, so this one was the most polarizing for me. Like, I remember really loving it, actually, when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I listened to it today, and I was like...
It's really bad.
It's very cheeseball, but I, like, still kind of get into
the chorus is very, like...
catchy.
Big, yeah.
I definitely like it better when Josie Scott comes in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it was cool,
but even
to watch.
Kroger's,
Yeah.
He's palatable in this one.
Yeah.
Because this was, like, height of... Look at this photograph, and how you remind me of that shit.
Yeah. Well, also, too, all the vignettes of the Spider-Man movie behind the back.
The video is pretty
awesome
for the time.
And it was all the coolest spots in the movie.
They put a ton of fucking money into the video.
Super smart. So, Adam, moving number 10 here, a song that I think we both really like. It's Papa Roach, Last Resort. I can't say anything really bad about this song because it was nu metal, butt rock. It was cut and dry. It was very. You just knew that as soon as you hear that, like you just knew what you were gonna get, and
that basket case riff. I think it's been a riff in like
everything.
5 top 10 rock songs.
It's so easy. And Jacoby,
but then it had that cool underneath.
A good lead guitar underneath. Yeah, it was good, and the lyrics were perfect for us because we were angsty teens.
I hate you, Mom.
So moving
Dad
on.
Dad doesn't understand me. Fun fact about that one, actually. So definitely, I think their best album. And their best single, they've definitely got more butt rock as their albums have progressed. Like now they're just complete.
There's no money, there's no possession.
No, that was that same album.
I know, but they got really butt rocky on that one.
I like that one. But fun fact about that's the first song I learned on guitar.
Last Resort.
Yeah,
that's a good one to learn.
Yeah, because you have the easy part, so you don't get frustrated, but then you got to get the whittly whittlies. Which were challenging for a first time song. Now I could probably. I haven't played guitar in 8 years. I could probably just pump it right through again. Yeah.
That's what song I can play on my guitar, and I wish I couldn't. I can play
Wonderwall.
Oh yeah, But no, Dashboard Confessionals. Yeah. I don't know why, because I tried to impress girls with that song and nobody gave a shit.
I'm sure it worked once or twice.
So, Adam, number 9 here, Shine Down 45, which I'm going to throw this out there right now. I fucking love this song. I just do. His voice is so good. I just love it.
I'm 100% with you.
Yeah,
it's a great song.
So much.
It's a great song, and that was a great album because his voice is so good, and it was more musical than a lot of the butt rock that we're just about to get to.
Oh yeah.
Taking a peek at the next one on the list, like it was more. There was way more musicality in it. Their songs had solos and like stuff that other shit didn't have. But yeah, this song was fucking.
I really
kick ass.
And also too, I really like Shinedown's cover of Simple Man.
Yeah, that was on the same album.
Really like
that was on that same
so
album
so much. Yeah, that's actually the one I prefer. I know people are gonna like kill me because I'm a metalhead, but I actually kind of prefer that.
I'm a big Skynyrd fan.
I am too.
Even though
Yeah.
I'm a metalhead. I like some Southern rock.
So speaking of Southern rock, how about Rev Theory? Hell yeah!
Probably
coming in number fucking 8.
Probably best known from I think it was the Blue Mountain State like theme song.
Yeah,
great show. Terrible song.
I've never met a Rev Theory song I ever liked.
Oh, Randy Orton's theme.
Nope.
I got voices in my head.
I don't like it. I've never liked Randy Orton's entrance music.
They talk to me. They understand.
Yeah, hopefully someone does because that song fucking sucks.
I'm with you. Everything Rev Theory.
I can't,
fucking
dude.
blows. It's lazy. It's repetitive. It sucks.
Well, good for him that he got that on for Randy Orton because I'm sure he's getting residuals for it. So that's good.
They just redid it for the return.
Yeah. I want all the artists to ever make music to make money. I really do.
They just did it for the return that everybody just saw at Crown Jewel on Saturday.
That's right. Yeah. Welcome to the future.
Or at Survivor Series.
He'll be good at Survivor Series.
He's probably returning at Crown Jewel though. Get that payday.
I would say. Yeah.
Get that payday.
Speaking of paydays, Adam. Theory of a Dead Man, Bad Girlfriend, terrible fucking song, amazing music video.
I don't remember the music video.
He goes to a strip club, and it is every alt girl we ever fell in love with in our high school. It's like you're like, oh, remember that?
I'm sure it doesn't hold up well. It's just a bunch of
it's a bunch of guys being
dancing and grinding.
Look at my fucking leather pants. And like, oh, and you're like a stripper, and you're. I don't know, man. It's really out of touch, but I could tell you when I was a kid and I was watching it, I was like 15, 16, whenever that came out. Yeah. And I was watching, I was like, that's every fucking girl that I'm in love with from MTV.
I mean, he was like the goofy dude with like the douchey like surf face and like he had the soul patch and like the rockabilly hair, but like didn't do rockabilly music.
He did shit butt rock music.
Yeah, that Bad Girlfriend, worse than Hell Yeah. By Rev Theory, in my opinion. I think Bad Girlfriend's the worst thing we've talked about on the list so far.
I would agree, yeah, because it's uninspired too, and like and it was
actually there's not a Theory of the Dead Man song I think I like. So.
It really isn't, but also too like it prompts the listener to say the chorus because the guitar builds up like dun 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 dun. Like you can't say
this is the part. This is it.
This is the part where we say it. Bad girlfriend.
bad. You're so bad.
You're your bad girlfriend.
Slipknot.
So Adam, we move on to another song that I from a band that I can't really get behind. So Hinders Use Me. Now you would have thought it was Hinders.
All of our college classmates' favorite wedding song.
Oh, I love you, babe. About this philanderer that kisses
lips of an angel. Wish you were my wife.
I do. So Hinder. So I don't know why this list. They said that they love the author, so they love the guitar that's in Use Me, which I can understand. It's a big overdriven guitar,
but it fucking sounds like AC/DC. It's the song "Use Me." It was off their second album.
Yes.
It wasn't even off the album with "Lips of an Angel,"
which is crazy.
Or the "Get Stoned" one.
"Get Stoned" is actually not a bad song.
It's probably their best song. I still think it sucks. Yeah. I think it's still really bad.
It's like Hoobastank's fucking going out of control.
It's as good as Hoobastank's worst song. Yes,
out of control. I'm going out of control. I'm out of control.
That's a fucking bad one. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's not in even Hinder's top song in my opinion, let alone
No.
a good butt rock song.
No.
I mean, I get where it's still lazy to pick it just because hey, it's got a good guitar riff because it sounds just like Thunderstruck. Like
It really
it's literally
does.
like right at the beginning, and I immediately thought, oh, this is an AC/DC ripoff.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I don't like. Well, also too.
Also, I would say it's butt rock, but
It is, especially Bon Scott era. But I would say though too, the thing that kills you about Hinder is that I don't like the lead singer's voice either. It's very grating.
it's overly raspy.
Yeah. I mean, again, let me just say this too. I know we're like halfway through this list.
Scott Stapp flew so this guy could fucking crawl in the mud.
You're talking about our God.
He's like he's like Dollar General version Scott Stapp.
Oh, easily.
Great value Scott Stapp
That's
here.
all he is. That's all he is. But all I'm saying is I want all these artists to continue to make money. Like I don't want anyone to not, you did a thing, you made a hit song, like it's cool. But this song is terrible. This is a really bad song.
It's not even. I don't even know if it was. It might have been a single. I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I can't recall it ever being, but it has a music video.
I just know those other two: Get Stoned and Lips of an Angel.
I like Get Stoned a lot. That's a good one. So Adam, we're going into a song that we all know. Some of us like, some of us don't. So Saliva comes out with "I Walk Alone," which is also Batista's entrance music.
I walk a mile inside this pit of danger.
So
I walk alone.
it's a cool music entrance for a wrestler. It's a terrible song.
I don't trust anybody that doesn't like this song. I don't trust you.
Don't trust me then.
This is the best song on the list. I don't even know what's coming up. This is the best song on the list.
Well, you're wrong.
See the spoiler alert.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
See the spoiler alert.
Yeah, you're wrong.
All right, we'll see what beats it.
I mean, all I'm saying is, like,
Fucking great song.
cool song.
Are they on the Creed the reunion tour? No.
No. That's the thing, though. The Creed Union Tuner is like, it's Creed, Three Doors Down, pretty cool, and then Daughtry.
Worst.
Yeah, I was like, take Daughtry off,
Ooh.
and then just let it be. You know how to add in that?
Let's put Daughtry, Hinder, and Rev Theory on, and Rev Theory and Theory of a Dead Man on like the Titanic 2. Sink that bitch.
Oh, Medea's Titanic sinking again. Like, that's what exactly. I think that's fucking. Tyler Perry does those fucking. No, if I wanted to do the,
I don't want anybody to die, but like all of their musical equipment gets written and they can't play any more songs.
I like that one.
How
like,
about that?
Yeah, they don't reckon like sub-zero water. They just reckon like the Caribbean, and like all their stuff just gets ruined. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah. Stub a toe. Stub a toe. But if it was like
Twist your ankle.
If it was Creed, Three Doors Down, and like Seether, I'd pay good money for that.
2 of the 3 I would.
I'd go for all 3 of them. Okay, well, we'll talk about that. So
Yeah, it's gonna come up soon here.
coming at number 4, we have Buck Cherry.
Oh, never mind. Somebody can die on that boat.
And you would think it would be
New worst song on the list.
yeah. But you would think it would be like their what the fuck was that crazy
Bitch.
You think- but it's not. It's Crush.
Or even the I'm all something up again. I'm all cranked up again. I don't know. It was about being on cocaine.
All fucked up again.
Something like that. In my bed.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
But
Yeah,
that's-
that was catchy. That was like their first single when they were
Yeah.
all still on drugs.
Weren't they all? That's when they went out with STP too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever,
Yeah.
they came back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
When they and you guys, oh god.
And this song, Crushed, is from that same album. So I thought it might be good. Didn't know it though, so I had to check it out. It is. I don't even know how I made this list. It doesn't have any hook.
I don't like
any
it.
catchy chorus. It was very boring.
Very much so.
It was lazy and boring.
But I wasn't super into it.
I'm all lit up again. Lit up.
That's
I'm
it.
all lit up again.
Yeah, make it lit up again. So, number 3 here we have Three Doors
But
Down.
yeah, they can drown on the Titanic 2. Butt Rock Boogaloo. We're making a B movie.
So
These guys need money.
we have Three Doors Down coming in with Kryptonite, which is a banger of a fucking song. I'll defend this
No.
one.
No, I can't believe you're shitting on I Walk Alone and you're like pumped up for a Superman song.
What are you talking about?
She my kryptonite.
When you sing it like that, you sing it like Dick Clark on New Year's Eve. Like, yeah, it's gonna sound terrible.
These guys suck.
No, my aching kryptonite. Yeah.
Josie Scott's yeah, and the Slava song's way better.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, I can't.
Don't start comparing Yaz yet.
Well, all I'm saying is that Three Doors Down. This is their song though. It's what's this one, and then the other one was
Loser.
Loser was an okay song.
Baby, I'm a loser.
But
I'm gonna kill myself by the campfire.
Yeah, but no, wasn't that
Butt rock.
You're gonna feel real bad. They wrote that about soldiers coming home from war. Now you feel bad, don't you?
Then why were they? Our soldiers are not losers. They're winners.
That's true. They are.
So that's Three Doors Down calling them losers. Bad butt rock.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
I don't know.
Communist butt rock. Didn't know they were communist.
Oh, sorry.
Are they from Canada or something?
That's a good. Oh, there you go. No, but our next band is because we have Nickelback coming at number 2, and not with any other song that you would think it would be, but it's "Burn It to the Ground,"
which I only know from being the Raw theme song for a period of time.
Yeah, we're going out tonight. Yeah. And I'll tell you this right now, this is what Nickelback would write a good song. I always say in butt rock, the thing that was always cool for me is if you could feel like you could drive your car down the highway to it. That's what made it good.
I was a big fan of like STP or Velvet Revolver for that, which also definitely Velvet Revolver butt rock.
Yeah,
borderline butt rock.
Borderline butt rock. But this song from Nickelback, "Burn It to the Ground," absolutely is butt rock. Absolutely, I will drive my car way too fast to it.
It does give you like a little bit of an adrenaline push. It's fast. It's got hooks. It sucks.
Yeah, well, but it's like that kind of cheesy.
But that's the thing. Like you could see it being the background song for a Fast and Furious trailer or something. You know, like
oh yeah.
Intense action. We're burning it down tonight.
Intense action. No, I like it. I like it.
Canadian intense action. It's the Cannonball Run on Moose's Getting That Maple Syrup Treasure.
I'm sorry.
Y'all. I'm sorry.
What was that all about? So, Adam.
Shouldn't be racing for maple syrup. Get that poutine.
Get that. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Get that poutine.
Everyone's all clamoring for the shit that comes out of trees. I'm here for that poutine. Yeah. So, Adam.
Eat it, you dirty little pig.
We go to that number 1. That spot that's reserved for the King of Kings, Creed.
Triple H?
Higher. No, Creed with Higher, baby. Triple H can suck it. So, Creed with Higher is at number 1 here, and I think very fitting. Not the best Creed song.
Yeah, well, I mean, but definitely in the top of their discography. Like, very catchy chorus. Very awesome guitar work for butt rock.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle of the chorus. Like, he's doing runs in there.
Yeah.
Mark Tremonti's got some crazy guitar solos.
I was going to say Tremonti is legit. He went to Alter Bridge, too, for a while there. And
did better.
With amazing work. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Better. Equally as good butt rock. Better singer.
Sorry,
Scott Stapp. Less Eddie Vedder, more range.
Well, no.
With
I
Miles
think
Kennedy.
Different ideas.
Well, yeah, different.
Yeah.
I think Alter Bridge was more classic rock than butt rock.
No, I agree with that.
Where Creed was more grungy.
I agree with that.
Christian.
Yeah.
Quote unquote Christian. They say they weren't.
Yeah,
we
weren't Christian. However, dude, you can't.
You get hired to help blind man see. Come on. Jesus did that shit. He got hired and
the blind man can see.
Cure the blind man.
The man that can't walk can walk.
Yeah.
The man that can't touch can touch.
I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking. Is that what
you're healed?
So what's your? Oh, I'm not 6 feet from the edge anymore. So what's your favorite Creed song then? If it's not
my favorite Creed song is "Bullets." Bullets is incredible.
That's a deep pull.
I like Bullets.
What about something that was a single?
Oh, a single. I would say it's 6 feet from the edge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really do like that song.
It'd be My Own Prison for me.
That's a really good song. So I think what was kind of
cool.
All
sucks, like compared to like our normal music.
Yeah, I know. But
when we get drunk down here and we want to do a sing along, we put some Creed
it's
on.
always Creed. Yeah, Creed comes on.
We usually spike a beer can or sometimes a pint glass. What if? Oh, God damn it. That was my dogfish glass.
Can I change my answer? What If's my favorite song?
What If's a good song.
Scream 3, what's up?
Best thing about Scream 3.
That is the best thing about Scream 3.
I don't want to get in a fist fight with Matt, but best thing about Scream in general, maybe.
Oh, come on.
We'll debate that on a future Ground and Pound.
That's not nice.
But
So-
yeah, I like them as number one.
So let me throw this out to you that we talked about 11 songs. We found some ones we didn't like.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Adam. The thing that I know about you, because I know about me, is that you secretly like some butt rock songs, and I know there's no fucking way we said the one that you like on here.
We might have.
What's your favorite butt rock
I
song?
mean, we
dude?
at least said the band. I like them. I don't know my favorite. There's one on the list that I hate.
Yeah.
Or that's not on the list that I hate. My favorite butt rock. I was really into Saliva, like their first album.
I did like Saliva.
With Click Click Boom,
Click, boom.
and Your Disease and all that.
DOD was
Yeah.
sick too.
See, I think they were more new metal,
They were, but
except for like Alive. I feel so Alive is pretty butt rocky because they started using them for like the Navy or Army commercials or whatever when we were kids.
I feel so
Yeah.
alive. Yeah, I can
That was
see
pretty
why.
butt rocky.
It
But yeah,
was.
POD probably crushes. If we're considering them butt rock, they're pretty fucking good.
They're pretty good.
Seether, like you said earlier, I
Yeah,
did like Seether.
I like Seether.
They were very grungy, like post grunge.
I kind of feel like they were like trying to be the resurgence of
Yeah.
new age grunge.
I mean, all of these bands had like good.
yeah.
Their like first two albums were good, and then they got super.
Yeah. Well, they had to make
rocky.
money.
Yeah.
They made money. So what was your so if you had to go back to that time then too, like if you could pick a song out of that era and put it on this list, what would you pick?
Oh, do you have one on the tip of your list?
Oh, I absolutely.
Go for it. I'm gonna think a little bit.
I'm looking at you through the glass.
Ooh,
Don't know how much time has passed.
that's a good pull.
It feels like forever. Stone Sour with Corey Taylor. So Corey Taylor, lead singer of Slipknot, always had this side project, Stone Sour, before he was in Slipknot. And then he got together and Jim Root was in it. So it was amazing guitar work. But when they decided hey, we need a good radio hit, they said, and Corey Taylor, is a really good songwriter, he decided to reach into his little bag of poems and he pulled this one out. I was looking through the glass. And I think it was on a movie too. I think it might have been also on a Spider-Man movie at one point, or something along those lines. Something in like a Marvel world.
Maybe, yeah. It was on a movie for sure.
It was. But the thing I liked about it a lot though is I thought the lyrics were not super. They weren't the best, but they weren't so cheesy that you're like, I'll get made fun of for listening to this. And then I thought the guitar licks were good.
Yeah.
That was, that's Jim Root though too. I mean,
Right.
Jim Root's amazing guitar player, so I really enjoyed that. So I would say, yeah, looking through the glass should have been. So Adam, you've had a moment to sit back in the laurels, in the annals of your history and the times that you would throw mac and cheese at the wall at Sheets. What was the song?
This song perfectly
Yeah.
encapsulates that, by the way. And I am ready for all your vitriol when you attack me for this. It would be Five Finger Death Punch, The Bleeding, off their first album.
Jesus Christ.
I really liked that song when it came out.
Okay.
I don't think it holds up. There's no way in hell it holds up.
He says the F word in that song.
But they still played it on radio.
they did.
I'm not the out for it part, but
No.
yeah.
That was a tough song.
But it was like O'Malley. Yeah, but that was their best album.
Zoltan, open this guy. I remember they were like, we're gonna be beat down metal, we're gonna be butt rock, we're gonna be
Just wait, because there's a
gets
song.
better?
There's a song. The song that's not on the list that I think should be on for being like terrible, like the worst song,
Okay.
is Five Finger Death Punch, Bad Company. I think that is the definition of what a butt rock song is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I go both ways with that band.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I really enjoyed their first album, and then the second album came out, and I was like, I don't like you guys anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm gonna just listen to the Iowa album and throw mac and cheese at the wall.
my plague.
But butt rock's tough. Butt rock's tough. Like really, like 45 would have been like this
Yeah.
list does include a lot of my favorites: the Papa Roach and the Shinedown
Yeah, I could agree with that.
and Saliva.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that song.
that order, yeah, but I think Saliva's best song is Click Click Boom.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Your Disease, which was like their single before that, didn't get as much airplay, but was also very
What
good.
song was that? Like, it's like Your voice is slowly drowning. Like I forget.
I don't know
It
that
was like they had like that. Those dips. I'll have to find that one.
That might have been a newer one.
Yeah. So Adam, we have to move on to
My favorite second
your
half.
favorite second half.
Although the
segment.
ground and pound now. So ground and pound for the listeners will now be anytime we just review somebody else's list and tear it apart, will be called the ground and pound. Because we've done that many times in the past in the second half.
and we just didn't know what to call it.
Yeah.
So now it's
So
the
now we
ground and
got
pound, baby.
And you have to make that noise every time you say it.
I'm gonna cut that out and use that.
Is that when we review the list of favorite Prince songs?
Raspberry beret. See, that's the thing, though, too. One thing I do like about you, though, too, when we talk about music, is that you can say that shit to me, and I can say that shit to you, and we fucking get it. Because
Yo, Kiss.
yes, I'm talking about. So, Adam, we're on to
You
questions.
thought I was gonna pull Purple Rain out? No.
no way. So we're gonna move into questions from the internet here, and we got some pretty good ones here. Adam, was there ever a death in a movie or a TV show that actually made you feel sad?
So I have two.
Yeah.
I always have two.
Of course.
They're both TV shows. The worst one ever was when Glenn got killed on The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I literally stopped watching the series. I never
That
watched
was
it
it?
beyond that point because I think that was the season finale,
Yeah,
or it was like
that
the mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Never watched it again. It
Wow.
crushed me so hard. And then the second one was Opie on Sons of Anarchy.
That's a tough one, too.
Yeah, because he was my favorite character.
You picked two tough
And I
ones.
hated his wife, and when she died and he became a badass, I really liked it. And then
Yeah.
he died for no
Those are
fucking-
good ones,
He
man.
died for no fucking reason.
I like that.
So yeah, those are my two.
I also have two.
I mean, I definitely have movie ones too. I just couldn't think of them.
I have two. So there's so Orange is the New Black came out, and then Australia had their version of Orange is the New Black called Wentworth, and it's an amazing show.
Never saw it.
I really enjoy it.
I like the American Orange is the New Black. It was fucking awesome.
So if you want like more gritty style,
Always like grit.
Wentworth is really cool. So leading up to this like climactic scene in the first season, there's a woman who's incarcerated, kind of not for the right reasons. Her name is B, and she takes over the prison cell block, and she ends up getting killed by the governor, which is actually like a warden for us in America. It's governor down there, and the governor is like also one of my favorite villains of all time. The governor's incredible, but the governor ends up killing her at the end of season 1. And it broke my heart.
So both of our biggest ones were killed by the governor.
Yes, 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 they were.
Look at us.
And
Look at us getting along.
I would say too.
Fucking stupid 3 doors down there. 3 doors down. So fucking bad people.
I'll live with it. So, and the other one was when Walter White died in El Camino.
I haven't seen that yet.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, it's been out for 5 years.
For 5 fucking years. So yeah, Walter White dies at his own hand. He straps in a 50 caliber Gatling gun to the back of an El Camino, and he blasts through the Nazi compound to free Jesse, and he gets shot and he dies doing it. So, and that one hurt a
I'll
lot.
have to watch that at some
Yeah.
point.
It's good. It's just really good. So, Adam, next question here. This one's kind of scary to actually answer. What is the scariest thing about being a podcaster or a brewer? So, I'll let you talk first about what's the scariest thing about being a brewer.
I don't know. There's nothing that really frightens me. There's stuff that gives me anxiety. So I'll go with what gives me the most anxiety is the fermentation stalling, or like completely going to sleep before the beer's all the way done.
So, for people who don't know,
So that would be like it could be just an unhealthy pitch, or you didn't get a good starter. The yeast wasn't active enough to eat all the sugars in the beer.
Okay.
And it just stopped early, so your beer's going to end up really sweet. And for most styles, that means undrinkable.
okay.
And there's not much you can do other than like try to heat it up, agitate it, repitch it, but all of that opens up risks for off flavors. Okay. So like, I guess at my stage now, it's that. Other than adding weird adjuncts to stuff, like after the brewing process is already done, like that gives me anxiety too. But that's kind of at my own hand instead of like just yeast health. Like, and I do everything I can to make sure the yeast is healthy, of course. But
Yeah.
it's happened before and it's been fixed. Since the new system here, we haven't had it happen much. So thankful for that.
That's
the
good.
Schwartz beer had a little scare on that, but it turned out just fine. So
Perfect.
yeah, I guess that's it. Like nothing super scary or nerve-wracking. Like, I mean, once that beer's done, and if it tastes all right, it tastes okay. I get huge anxiety on competition days that people are gonna like it, but if I think it's solid, it's at least solid. It might not be the best thing. But.
The one thing I always expect is the day before competition. Like you and I talk every day. Every day we talk.
Equipment failure Equipment failure at a festival would be
huge.
terrible. But like I bring all the tools and like backup stuff for everything.
Yeah.
That like just my paranoia kind of sets me up to not be scared anymore.
And that's what starts like this. I call it the wave of communication that happens from you to me the day before a competition.
Oh, I talk to you a lot the day before, and then I'm silent the day of.
Yeah,
because I like just want to get there, want to get set up. As soon as I pour the first beer and it's foamy and it's cold, I'm like, all right,
I'm
we
good.
I'm gonna go get drunk now, and then I don't care at all.
So in terms of being scared of what what happens with being a podcaster is, well, I think every podcaster is afraid of an episode flatlining, and flatlining is just like not getting any listens. So something happened where people just don't listen to it, or they haven't listened to it, or they don't intend to listen to it. That's scary for me. But the other thing that's really scary for me, and it's happened, was when an episode we work really hard on it and the audio corrupts or the video corrupts.
Yeah.
So right now, you guys see this computer in front of me right here. I can see everything. I can see the video. I can see the audio we're grabbing. I see a ton of stuff. So now when I do this, I am so worried. So when I'm doing this, I'm capturing so many different things to make sure the video fails, I have audio. If the audio fails, I have video with audio. And
right.
So I want to make sure
and
that
then you usually run a backup of just the audio too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in case.
Just in case.
See the unseeable Bobby Nacho episode that never happened.
That one hurts my feelings.
That put us on a hiatus.
Yeah. that was when I put Daddy over the edge. So Adam,
not for that reason, just so happened that it all happened at the same
time. Yeah. And then Instagram fucking crashed the next day.
Yeah.
I was like, what do we do?
Yeah, you texted me in the not the biggest panic, but a pretty big panic for you. Like, is it post something to Instagram? Does it work for you? I think you thought Instagram shut down our account. I was like, no, it's just down. You're fine.
I'm worried about that shit too. But so
sound reason to be upset.
Yeah.
But no, we were okay.
So the last question here, would you rather be a professional at your hobby or be a professional in your favorite sport?
Easy.
Yeah.
Pro hockey player.
Pro highlight player.
Oh, is that your favorite sport?
No.
Yeah, pro hockey player for sure, because get in, get out, make that money.
That is pretty
I'll open a brewery after I retire.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Even if it's shitty.
These guys retire at 32. They're
right.
He's been in the league for 20 years.
With a couple $1 million. Yeah, I
do
do
your
that.
fucking thing.
Even if I'm not the best player, I'll have a couple mil.
That's true. Yeah. If you're a fourth liner, you're still making six figures.
Yeah.
Well past 100,000.
Yeah. So
Yep.
let's do that.
What's the fourth line? I think it's $750,000 something like that for a fourth liner.
I mean, yeah, if you're pretty good, probably.
yeah, like Craig Adams.
Yeah.
Good old Craig Adams. He would have made close to $1 million a year. I think I'd like to be a professional at my hobby because my favorite sport, I don't know. Dude, I fucking love soccer. And there's nothing about this body that says soccer player anymore.
Goalie.
Yeah. And I was a good one. I was a good one when I was a good goalie. But I would love. So of course my hobby is podcasting. I'd like to be a pro.
I mean, there's more money in that than pro brewing.
Well, maybe. Well, it depends though too, because
I guess it's the top of the top versus the top of the top. But I mean, top of the top for podcasting, probably Joe Rogan's making the most.
Yeah,
or somebody comparable to that who's making fucking millions. Even the top pro brewer in America is not making that.
So I mean, if you look at someone like Bad Friends. So they have 1.3 million subscribers right now on YouTube. So I think they're generating $400,000.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah,
I would be a pro podcaster over a pro brewer, to be honest.
that'd be a lot of fun.
Because I would just turn that money into
Well, I was gonna say
into working to be a pro brewer.
If I was pro, you're here, so that means you're pro, and then the money we just put it into the brewery and we do both.
There's also both of them are dreams for me, but one's definitely more of a fantasy, which would be the pro athlete or the pro, even less of a fantasy, but still kind of a fantasy as a pro podcaster. I mean, we're more on our way to that than the athlete. I'm definitely not a pro athlete at this point.
we're in our late 30s and fat. We're fucking
Never
done.
happening. I mean, depending on how this slap league goes down, I could probably get hit in the face for $1 million.
Yeah, I'll take a couple slaps in the
Yeah.
face, man. You want to give a couple
See-
$1,000?
A little CTE for $2 million.
I already got it. I'm good.
Get slapped in the face by a giant Russian man.
Won't be the first time.
Not even the second.
So, Adam, we are moving on to what's on tap and where can you find us. The cool thing about this is that festival season's over.
Yeah.
However, this is where I believe your genius comes alive. So, what's on tap and where can you find us?
Yeah, so coming through November, we will have a very limited amount of Shatfaced. A lot of it, I announced it earlier last week when you're listening to this. So a lot of those bottles have been claimed for. But we also have Jason's Sleeping Bag, which is our Toasted Marshmallow IPA. And within the month of November, we will shortly have our Schwarzbier, which is a German dark lager, and an ESB, which is an English special bitter. So it's kind of like an American pale ale, but with English ingredients. So like a bitter, clean, nice clean beer. Both coming in. The ESB is going to be about 5%. The Schwarzbier will be 5.5%.
Oh, nice.
And the Jason's Sleeping Bag's at 7%. And it's more like a pastry IPA. But the big thing I would like to do through the month of November, since we're into the holiday season, is, and a lot of people get to celebrate with their families and have a good fun time and have reunions and stuff. But there's also people that suffer during this time.
Yeah.
And actually watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles the other week and talking about it with you and Nacho made me think of a family friend that we had in our family that, had a family at one time and didn't have them anymore and struggled with it. And he's gone now. But so we would like to donate all of the money we raise on beer through the month of November to a mental health charity. Me and Matt are actively looking at what mental health charity. We would like to keep it here in the Pittsburgh area if we can. We're weighing our options. I didn't want to wait another week to announce it just because I didn't want to waste any more time in November. But yeah, I would like to do that. Yeah. And we'll figure out the charity. Hopefully we'll have an announcement for you next week.
Yeah, we'll
but definitely
announce
by the end of the month. But guaranteed, we will vet the charity and 100% of what we make. I'm not taking anything for the bottles, anything for the ingredients. It's 100% charity. When we do a charity raise, that's what we do. Legally, we have to do it, and ethically, that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's going to be our November charity this year. We've done a couple of charities in the past and had great success. So let's try it again. And thank you to all ahead of time.
Yeah. And if you know what's going on, Adam, down here in the Brew Lab, it's at Bachelor and Scarborough on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. And that's where you're going to find out what charity's going on, too, and how you can get a hold of these beers, or if you just want to make a donation. If you want the boys down here, we are at DWTB on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, YouTube, our Gmail account, DWTB on all social media. Type in social, end it with media. That's where you can find us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube. You guys are showing up in force, and it helps us out. If you hit that little subscribe button, doesn't do anything to your YouTube, doesn't do anything at all, but it helps us out because it puts us in the algorithm. People can start finding us. So we're here right now, just sipping on some delicious beers from Yellowbridge. Episode 101. I love it. So until next time.
One closer to 200.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Cheers. Thank you, Yellowbridge. Scott Stapp hits that in a song too.
I bet he does.
What if? What if? What if? What if? What if? Ah!